We are here with Schedule Express today to look at their new products, and we have Mark, who is going to talk to us today about the new things that Schedule Express has to offer. Hello, Mark.
Hello. Thanks for taking a look here. Schedule Express really is a cloud-based scheduling solution that will help any fire department that is currently using spreadsheets, paper forms, any other type of manual scheduling processes, and will automate all of that. And the idea behind that is a tremendous amount of efficiency. Typically when we come into an agency, fire department that's still using spreadsheets or maybe Outlook as a calendar or even any other type of paper forms, when we come in with Schedule Express, the return on investment is on the order of a 40 to 60% labor cost reduction. So it's pretty significant. And what I'd like to show you is just a few highlights of what the application can do for any fire department or even EMS service. And as you see here on the screen, you'll actually take a look here at a schedule. And I have a lot of different options here. I can look at the schedule in a month view, a week view, or a day view. Since I'm looking at a week view, these are simply days of the week. And you can see today is highlighted in red here on Friday the 27th. Here are the list of my firefighters or different skill sets, and you can see I have my different skills listed here on their particular job category. With Schedule Express, we're going to automate all of the different scheduling, as you see here with the different shifts and the different shift patterns, but most importantly is what happens when you have an exception to those particular shifts. So if someone wants to do a shift trade or a swap, or if someone's going to call in sick or have vacation, or maybe you're short-staffed and you have to post overtime, Schedule Express will post that overtime via text, via email, on our mobile app, and then allow that individual to actually sign up for that overtime on the mobile app. We'll also track all of the training and your qualifications, your skill sets, or any type of special assignments that would come into play for any particular user. When you look at a schedule, it's pretty easy to see where people are working. I'll move to a day view here, and when I look at a day view, it's actually going to show me what's going on for the specific day I am in. So you can see here for Friday, April 27th, 2018 at location Station 1. So this is a firehouse, Station 1. You can see the variety of people that I have working here in the station, and you can see when they're working. You'll also notice here that I've got an individual that's on an absence. I've got an individual that's on a trade. It's real simple to take a look at this. You just move your cursor to the day that you want to take a look at, and you can click on the details, and the system is going to show you what's going on with that particular exception. In this particular case, Jay Garrett, employee 186, happens to be on 24 hours of time off. He's got a doctor's appointment, and it's carried off as sick time for 24 hours. You can see the date it was recorded, who recorded it, and all the information. At this point, I can print it, I can modify it, or I can just close that out. So just identifying and show you here how we're tracking every single transaction that's going on within the system. You'll also notice down below here that I'm red, which means I'm short-staffed based upon my staffing levels. Schedule Express will track all of your staffing levels to inform you whether you're properly staffed, understaffed, or overstaffed. It's real simple here. I can right-click on the particular hours and I can view my coverage assignment. When I click on View My Coverage Assignment, the system is going to tell me who is working, where they're working, and the time of day. So you can see I've got my battalion chief, my captain, my other individuals that are at the station house, but you can see I'm short a firefighter, and I'm also short an EMT. It's real simple with Schedule Express. You just take your cursor, move it to the particular area where you're short-staffed, you can click on Create Overtime, and the system knows what it needs, and therefore it's going to provide you that information. So it's telling us on the 27th of April, from 0100 to 0600, in station number 1, I need an EMT B, and it's going to provide you a list of names of individuals that are eligible, qualified, and available to fill that gap in coverage according to your sets of rules at your agency. At this point, I can go ahead and give it an overtime reason. We will match whatever overtime codes that you might have within your particular agency. And once I select that, I can then send this to all qualified users. When I click on Create, the system will actually send out a text blast, an email blast, and a mobile app blast to all of these users, informing them that they can now sign up for this overtime opportunity.
So Mark, as you look at your solution, what would you say is the number one reason that somebody would go to Schedule Express for their department?
Most often when we come into an agency, they're going to have, more often than not, a paper manual process. And so they'll have perhaps a captain that's managing the schedules on paper, and they expend a tremendous amount of time on that. Or they have what's called a shift bid or a vacation bid, where you might go into an agency that might have 100 people, and then the question becomes who gets Christmas off or who doesn't. And so the system will automate that. So the real value comes into play when you come into an agency that is really doing everything in a manual process. Coming in with Schedule Express is going to automate a tremendous amount of scheduling processes. So it is a full-fledged scheduling solution for any fire department, EMS service, 911 center, police department. We have entire counties and entire cities, and you can find that it will provide a tremendous amount of value for any agency that's operating in a manual paper process.
And Mark, what is your web address?
It is www.informersystems.com, where you can find a lot of information, and certainly you can send us an email at info@informersystems.com, and we'd be happy to show you a demonstration and provide additional information to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.